Hi guys, welcome back. We're going to continue talking about graphing equations today, but I'm going to teach you a shortcut. So yesterday we made these tables, which can be very cumbersome, okay? And we talked about how sometimes we get these weird numbers and it's just not fun, okay? So we can graph a linear equation using the form y equals mx plus b. And we kind of have some steps written out, so you can come back to those if you need to, but I'm going to talk through them as we do a problem. So I'm looking at this line, and this is in the form of y equals mx plus b. And m is the number in front of x, which in this case is just 1. And our b is 2, because that's our constant. Now remember, any number can be over 1, and we like our slope to be a fraction, and it's going to be over 1, okay? And remember, our two R words for slope are rise over run, okay? So once we identify the slope and the y-intercept, we can easily graph this. So the first step is we plot the y-intercept. Well, the y-intercept is 2. And so since it's a positive 2, I'm going to go to 2 on the y-axis, since b is the y-intercept. Okay. Now from that point, we're going to use our slope to find our next point. So our slope is rise over run. So we're rising 1 and running 1. So we're rising 1 and running 1. So my next point is here. And I could keep doing that. I could rise 1 and run 1. And I could keep doing that over and over until I got all the way to where I wanted. Now remember, we technically only need 2 points in order to graph a line, right? So we can clearly see that we're going to have a line here going like this. Okay, and again, we're still going to continue it in either direction with little arrows at the end showing it goes on forever. Okay. So now we have graphed this line, and that's much faster than making a table. Now some of you might be like, oh, Miss House, I can see that that's b, and I can see what the slope is right away without even writing all of this, and that's totally fine. Okay, let's go ahead and try this next one. So this, again, is in y equals mx plus b form, and I can see that my m is negative 1 over 2, and my b is negative 3. Remember, when we are looking at the y-intercept, we always want to make sure we take the sign in front. Same thing with slope. Okay, so we have y equals mx plus b, and we found m and b. Again, we start by plotting b, which is negative 3 in this case, so we're going to go down 3 on the y-axis. Again, we always start from the origin when we're plotting the y-intercept. Now from the y-intercept, we're going to use the slope. Well, the slope is rise over run. Now since it's negative 1, that tells me to go down 1. Let me change my color here. Down 1 to the right 2. Okay? So that's where my new point is going to go. Now sometimes if you're really far down on the bottom of your graph, that's not super helpful. So remember, we talked about how you can move the negative to the top or the bottom of a fraction and it's still the same thing. So I could also have gone up 1 to the left 2, okay, for my negative 2. And you can see that still forms a nice straight line there. So we could go ahead and draw our line there. Again, you technically only need 2 points to draw a line, but sometimes 3 or 4 points can help us just make sure we get a very nice straight line. All right, let's look at the next one here. All right, this one is a little bit different. It says graph a line that has a slope of 4 and passes through the point 3, 2. Now usually we plot the y-intercept first, but because we don't have the y-intercept, we're going to plot our point first. So 3, 2. So if I plot the point 3, 2, it's going to go right there. And then our m is 4, which remember, if it's a whole number, it's just over 1. So that would tell me to go up 4 to the right 1. Now I can kind of see that that is already off my graph. But I could do negative 4 over negative 1 because those are equivalent, since a negative divided by a negative is positive. So that means I could go down 4 to the left 1. Okay, and then we would go ahead and draw our line through. Okay, so remember, you can go the opposite direction if that helps you on your graph or if you're just looking for more points. Okay, why don't you go ahead and try this one on your own. Again, we're going to start by plotting this point, so the point 2, 2. Okay, and my slope is negative 2. And remember, that is over 1. So I can go down 2 to the right 1, since it's a positive 1. I also could have done a positive 2 over a negative 1 by going up 2 to the left 1. And again, you can see that that still forms a nice big straight line for us. Okay, I hope this video finds you well. Have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.